Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father. I have an awesome interview for you guys, as always here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. I have a band from Austin, Texas. These guys are freaking amazing. They are a horror punk band, and it's really cool they are from Austin, Texas, because you don't see that much in Texas. But without further ado, I'm introducing Dead Now Evil. Guys, what's going on?
Hey man, what's happening?
Let's kick this off with introducing you guys, if you don't mind.
I'm Lou Kane. I play drums and some backing vocals.
Hey, I'm Melissa, the bass player.
And I'm Skullface. I'm the lead singer / guitar player.
Coming from Texas and plus being a horror punk band, how is it for you guys? How's the support?
Well, support right now is it's a little small, but it's strong. You know, we've kind of carved our own niche here, and the fans that we have are pretty damn loyal right now. So, and it seems that we're catching on, man. You know, a lot more people are starting to notice us, and it's looking good so far.
Yeah, there's a lot of bands here in Austin. It's a kind of a oversaturated market of bands. There's a lot of good ones, and there's a lot of crappy ones. But we're definitely getting out there doing our thing and getting our name out there and playing when we can. It's fun. I mean, it has its times where it has its up and downs, but I enjoy it. I mean, I love horror punk. I love horror movies, and
yeah, we all do.
We do it for fun. You know, it's really cool to get out there and express ourselves in a kind of genre of horror punk.
How did you guys get started?
I originally came up with this concept about being a dead musician from the 50s, risen from the grave. I started coming up with that concept in 2003, and then 2007 I kind of worked on a little bit, and 2010 when I actually started putting the band together and forming Dead Now Evil. And it's been kind of going on from there for the past few years, and just been writing and recording and playing music.
What about the rest of you guys?
Yeah, well, Skullface and I met when I was actually auditioning for a cult tribute band that he was in at the time. He was playing bass, and you know, I walked in for the audition, and Ken and I immediately hit it off, and we're both mutual typo negative huge fans, and that kind of sealed our brotherhood. So since then, he and I have been together working on music together.
Melissa, what about you?
Me and Skullface met through one of my coworkers when he was putting the band together initially. She connected us, and it just kind of went from there.
Another guitarist, his name's Derek Tinderman. He was in the same room. We have a 24-hour rehearsal, and he was one of the other bands. A really badass drummer. He also played guitar. He's a really good guitarist, and I was able to convince him to come to our band. And we're both in a Misfits tribute band here in Austin. We're called Green Hell. We've been writing and playing music ever since for the past, I think, year when he joined on, maybe a year and a half, something like that. So, really cool guy.
Let me throw this out there to you guys. I don't know, you said you're big typo negative fans.
Yeah.
What about the new bands that Johnny is in, Johnny Kelly, and plus Sal? I know Sal and plus Johnny are in a pale horse named Death. What do y'all think about that?
I like it. I think it's very reminiscent of some old Alice in Chains type stuff. I actually prefer Seventh Void. You know, Kenny Hickey's a good vocalist, and of course a great guitarist. And you know, Johnny for me, he's a huge influence on me. You know, he's a power drummer, and that's what I am. So you know, let's see what else is going on with that. Well, and of course Johnny with Danzig.
Yeah.
I went and saw them recently, and really they kicked ass, you know. And so I'm glad to see that he's doing that.
I'm getting ready to see Danzig this Thursday in Louisville, so I'm
Nice.
You'll dig it, man.
Are they doing the Danzig Doyle Misfits set?
yeah.
Awesome.
And I have interviews coming up too with that, so I'm looking forward to this. Very, very excited about it.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
great,
yeah.
man.
You know,
Yeah, it's great to see those guys do that. That's the only closest you're going to get to see with the Misfits is those two guys on stage. And maybe someday a reunion will happen, but who knows?
Well, and you know, having Tommy Victor on guitar too, I was kind of skeptical, you know, because he's got just that prong sound. tell you, man, he was really impressive. You know, I love Tommy Victor, man. So, you know, I was glad to see that he's fitting so well with the band.
I got to see them on the Golden Gods Awards, and I thought they was pretty tight.
Yeah,
with
that
both
was
sets
cool.
that they did. So yeah, I'm excited about this concert. I've always liked Danzig, but I agree with you guys. You know, it's a shame that this is probably the closest of a Misfits reunion that you're going to see. So
Yeah, I'm waiting. Hopefully they'll Glenn and Jerry will stop butting heads and just do it.
yeah, get over the shit. Let's go.
Good for fans for, you know.
Yeah, really. You guys have the Dead Now Evil EP that's out. I really like it. Like I said, I bought it in no time after I heard the first song from it. I actually play it on the show a lot. And I just gotta say, are you guys still going that way with that type of style of music, or are you changing up? What's going on with the new process of the writing?
We're still going to keep the concept what we're doing. We're writing some newer stuff that's kind of leaning towards a little bit heavier, but we're still going to keep the 50s horror punk concept in there. It's going to be the true core of the band when it comes down to it. Some of the songs will be a little bit more aggressive, but there'll still be that influence of that genre of music that I like. So I love 50s music. I love horror music. I'm a big fan of the Misfits and Sam Hain. I like that kind of style, so nobody's really doing that out here. Everybody that's doing punk is just doing, you know, standard punk that just, it's cool, but it bores me a little bit. It doesn't really catch my attention. I like doing the horror stuff. It, you know, definitely can add different types of theatrical stuff with that stuff later on, which will be really cool.
Right.
Yeah, we're working on right now some cool stuff to add to our stage show. So that should be really cool too. We're gonna, you know, blow some heads off, man.
I can't wait for the new CD to come out, or EP, whatever you guys put out, because I'm definitely going to get it. Like I said, I really like your music and support you guys in any shape, form, and fashion that I can.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate that.
Now, Melissa, what about your influences? And we'll go from each person here, but I'm going to start out with you. Who are some of your influences?
I'm into different music compared to everybody else in the band. I guess I'm more into like industrial EBM metal type stuff. They're more into like the old school, you know, type metal. I pretty much just play what Kendall tells me to play, though.
You play.
Yeah, I just play whatever they tell me to play.
And she's damn good at it.
She's
Let me
awesome
just
bass
say
player,
it.
yes.
Pick bass up now, play anything.
Yeah, and as far as influences for me, of course, I was, you know, as a kid, I was a huge Kiss fan and Black Sabbath and, you know, Old Priest and, you know, just anything heavy I could find, I dug. And I also dug the, you know, kind of the superhero persona that Kiss portrayed. And, you know, I've just taken it from there. I would say overall, my biggest influence would probably be Type O Negative because, you know, to me, Peter Steele was a genius, and you know, he could pretty much do anything and make it sound kick-ass. So, but you know, I even listened to, you know, kind of weirder stuff that a lot of people may not know of. You know, a band called Dead Can Dance. They came out as kind of a goth, you know, new wave kind of band back in the '80s, but they're you know, they're very ethereal and atmospheric. So I dig that kind of stuff too.
You know, there's a lot of bands that are just strictly doo-wop horror bands, and it's cool, but when you can branch outside the box and contribute and do heavier stuff, like the Crimson Ghost are a prime example. That's freaking amazing on what they can do.
Yeah.
And still do doo-wop horror music, as I call it.
Right.
What's your guys' opinion on that?
I like some rockabilly, some of the horror rockabilly stuff, but it's kind of like, you know, we're talking about being in that kind of box yourself in with that stuff. I like to see bands that kind of do different things of crossovers and not just be stuck on one thing. So I like that kind of sound. It's always good to show your writing skills and do different types of influence on every song and not just be stuck in one box where you're just playing constant the same thing. It's always good to change it up and add different stuff to each song.
Because eventually you're just going to burn yourself out and just say, I'm done with it.
You're just going to be writing yourself in circles.
Well, and
doing the same stuff over and over.
And you know, and also burn fans out too. So
Yeah.
you definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah. Especially like any Misfits song, you know you're going to hear the whoa. So, you know, it's there.
Yeah.
Hey guys, does everybody in the band contribute to writing the songs, or how do you guys work this out?
I basically write a lot of the stuff. We all have our opinions on it, which way it goes. I basically just writing process for me. I bring in a song and I'll play it to them, and we'll get our input on it. If we should do this or do that or change it this way. And this new guitarist, Derek, been writing as well, so he definitely has input on that. We all have input on it. It's not just here, play this, play that. It's just kind of I present things and we take it from there.
Yeah, and that's one of the cool things about this band is we're pretty open to everybody's ideas, so that always helps. It helps keep the bond going too. So
I just play with it, tell him I play. Like Kendall writes, the basis of all the songs, and then we all kind of throw in our own style, Like he'll suggest, something, and we'll kind of adapt our own style,
The new material that you guys are writing, is it going to be an EP or is it going to be a full-length CD? And is anything going to be from this EP that's going to be on the new stuff?
I think if we do a full CD, a lot of those songs are going to be on our CD. There's going to be some ones that I would have liked to record it that should have been on that EP, but at that time, that's what we picked. And the newer stuff, if we do decide to go with an EP, will be some of the newer stuff that I wrote along with the stuff that I originally wanted on that EP. There's some songs that we play now as a better representation of our band as opposed to that EP when it came out.
I've seen some of your live shows on YouTube and stuff. It's really cool. I hope to God one day I get to see you guys live, but what can fans expect from you guys from a live show?
Just full out, pure energy from us. I mean, like I said, we're fans of horror. When we play, we sweat our butts off on stage, and we just go out there and do it. We have fun doing it. We're not trying to be live like the rock stars, as they say. We're just out there doing it for fun. It's just a hobby of mine that I like doing. But as far as stage goes, like I said, we're going to be adding to our stage presence and adding theatrical stuff to it, making it more like every show that we play. My vision is to be more of like every day is Halloween, basically.
Yeah.
So I want people to go there and dress up and not just show up in their street clothes and just stand there with their beers in their hand and kind of seeing that.
Exactly.
yeah, so as we move along, the more shows we do, the more we kind of get an idea of how we want things to go and the energy level that we want to maintain. So it's a learning process for us as well.
So when these people go away from your shows, what do you hope that they take away from that show?
I hope they go, holy shit,
I've had people come up to me and have given me just props left and right. I mean, I've had people from other countries come up and just were amazed at the stuff that we were doing. It's always somebody's coming up to us and really appreciating what we're doing because it's so different what we're doing here as opposed to the bands here in Austin that are just, they just get up there and play and it's kind of gets boring to me. Like when I go see bands here in Austin, when I go out and support them, I like to see things that are done, things that stand out, not just so much guys get up there with the guitars and just play. You can see that any night of the week, but try to make an impression on the audience to remember who you are is what I'm going for, basically. Just something memorable that I remember that band, remember how they looked, or playing horror punk music, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I want people to get out of the stereotypic mind that, like, it's not just country from Texas, people.
That's right.
There's different genres of music, rap, and I'm throwing this out there. I don't like rap a whole lot, but hey, whatever floats your boat, that's fine with me. Whatever else you want to do. They've got rap, they've got country, of course, but they do have heavy metal bands. They do have horror punk bands that are freaking amazing.
Yeah, there's all kinds of music here. I mean, Austin, Texas is plentiful of different styles of music. It's not just a few bands here and there doing certain things. There's just all kinds of music. It's a big palette of different types of bands here. You're just not limited to any kind of styles here. There's tons of them.
Yeah, for some reason, man, we never get invited to ACL, man. I don't know why. We're kid friendly.
We don't know about us yet.
I think we'd scare everybody too much, So I understand. I get it.
Yeah, it doesn't bug me one bit.
Now, there's one band that is from Texas I recently just started listening to about a year or so ago. It's Texas Hippie Coalition.
Yeah,
They're freaking amazing, man.
Yeah, I haven't heard much of their stuff. I've heard of them, though. So I'll have to check them out.
If you get a chance, check them out. They're really good.
I will.
Do you guys get a lot of shows down there, or do you have to branch out and go to other states? I mean, how is it for you guys?
We get a lot of shows here. We get shows that are thrown at us. Some of them I turn down. Some of the venues I'm not really happy with, but we've played in a lot of places here. We have a few clubs that we like to go to. We like to play Red Eye Fly. We used to play a place called Headhunters. Then there's another place, really cool rock bar on 6th Street called the Dirty Dog that I like playing there too.
Yeah.
Lots of places to play here. I don't have any problems getting any shows here. Like I said, there's a few of them I have to turn down just because of I'm pretty critical of like the PA systems and stuff like that because it does make a difference on everybody's sound.
Of course.
We took a short trip to San Antonio recently and did a show at a club called Zombies, and that was an impressive place. I mean,
yeah, San Antonio's got a really good metal scene down there. They're really big on metal down there and horror, punk music and stuff like that. So really cool city.
Yeah, and we're also looking forward to playing in Kentucky sometime. So
Hey, you know what? I am putting together a BODS Fest for next year.
Well, definitely invite us if you'd like.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to, actually.
I didn't mean to jump the gun on that or anything. But.
We didn't have that planned there, ladies and gentlemen, or nothing. No. So
yeah, that's awesome that you're going to do that, though.
yeah,
cool.
like I said, I support locals, and it's enough doing for nationals. It's time to put more locals in for anything. You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
Got to put those guys out there because if it's not for them, then who's it for?
Yeah, and those guys that were national now, they were once local themselves too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do you guys prefer clubs or festivals, or does it really even matter?
It doesn't matter, man. I like both. As long as we get out there and we can get our name out there, I'm cool with that. I mean, it could be on a street corner. I don't care. I mean, as long as we get to play, I love playing music. So.
Yeah, because I mean, we're really not. If we were in it for the money, we would have given this up a long time ago.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's the love of music and the fans that are really good to us, and we'll play anywhere where we're we feel like we're representing the metal scene and just the heaviness and the darkness of it all. So.
So what would you guys say to someone who is wanting to start playing music or getting a band right now? What advice would you give those people?
Lots of practice. Know your guitar and practice, man.
Or be like Melissa and just say, just stand there until somebody tells you to play.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's such a virtuoso now. Anyway, it's like
she's a very talented musician. Don't get me wrong; she's very good at what she does, and
absolutely.
I would recommend people focus on recording so they actually have something to pass out at their shows. If you don't have anything to give out, then people are going to forget about you. Even if it's a crappy demo, just have something.
Yeah, exactly. No, even if it's just 2 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
If it just takes one song to grab your attention and you want the rest of it, just like it was for you guys, for me. So.
Right. And I would say, on the last note on that subject, I would say, just keep loving what you do. Don't let anything discourage you because,
Yeah, play what you want to play. Don't listen to anybody else.
Yeah.
Just follow your heart.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. That's the whole point of it right there. I mean, if someone's telling you what to play, then you might as well not be a musician.
Right. Yep.
Play what you want to play.
We were kids too. We were, playing when we were kids and just thinking nobody's going to stop us. That's what you have to keep in your heart, man.
Exactly. This is a question that I ask every band, and I like to ask this question, and it's just cool to get the different responses back. But what do you think Dead Now Evil brings to the table for music?
I think it brings a different style of music that you don't see too often. You see a lot of rock, a lot of metal, a lot of rap, punk, this and that. I think it brings a different perspective of seeing something that's different, not so much you don't see every day. I like to think that what we're doing is that we're so unique and we're doing what we're doing. It leaves an impression on people's minds of being dead musicians on stage, risen from the grave, and not just the pretty boy image of being manufactured and looking a certain way to look cool.
Right.
We're opposite of that. We do what we want. We don't let anybody influence us. We get up there and have a good time.
In my mind, I just hope every time we play a show, we're just a huge spectacle. We just make a scene, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of 50s music. It's kind of a shame to see people that not familiar with it. It's kind of a forgotten kind of genre of 50s music. it goes back to the roots of rock and roll. The 50s music was kind of the explosion of people just letting loose, and I kind of like to incorporate those kind of rhythms and styles in my song to appreciate that era of music.
Yeah, the 50s music for me was pretty awesome. I'm an old man. I'm 34 years old, so...
Oh, my God, you're old.
Well,
don't feel bad, man. I'm 38.
Hey, man, this is Lou, and I'm 47, so get off me.
It's like, I love music. I grew up with, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, and stuff like that, and then I got introduced to the 50s stuff, and it's like, whoa, this is quite refreshing, actually.
Yeah,
man, it's very cool.
Well, that was the stuff I listened to as a kid with my mom playing the radio while we were in the car, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah, I think there's nothing more better than 50s music. But that's just me. That's a style, that stuff that I grew up on too, and yeah. I think a lot of bands, I wish they would incorporate into their music, like you guys. You guys do it too sometimes.
Right.
But I think more bands should experience it. Experience with that. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. It's like I said, it's an era that started a lot of rock and roll, and that's kind of where it came from, was the 50s, and just people just letting loose and having a good time.
Yeah. Not a care in the world either.
It was a very simple time back then. That era was very simple, and everybody was just doing their thing. It's not so complicated like it is today.
Very, very true. And now there's so many people that are protesting shows. Give me a freaking break, dude. Really?
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Do you guys have any memorable shows that stick out in your mind that you played?
I think a memorable show that I had was this event we did last year. It was called ZombieCon. We're actually doing it this year here. It's actually next weekend here in San Antonio, Texas. It's a zombie convention. We did it last year. It was really cool. It was our first show with this new lineup that we have, and it was pretty cool. I really dig that show.
It was. It was actually, the crowd response was just amazing. And, we got a real quick 30 minutes in, but I think we
definitely left an impression with those people there. Yeah. So they had us back this year. They contacted me and said, hey, we want you guys back for ZombieCon again, so we're doing it.
Now, that's coming up on the 26th of this month, correct?
Yes, October 26th.
That's awesome. If you guys are around, where's this going to be at? Is this Austin? Where's this going to be at?
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, okay. If anybody is out there listening right now and you're close to San Antonio or just anywhere close to that venue, go check these guys out and gals. I'll tell you what, right now, you won't be disappointed. If I support them, they got to be great. No, just kidding.
That's awesome. Yeah, and really, if you're listening to this and you're out there at the ZombieCon, man, come and tell us, man. Come and talk to us. We'd love to meet you.
Yeah, we're going to be filming it on YouTube, so if you can't make that show, we'll have it up soon.
Nice. I tell you what, guys, got one more question for you. Have you ever had anybody come up to you after a show and say, hey, I bought your EP, I like your music, and it's really helped me out? What does that mean to you guys?
I had one person, like I said, from another country that came up, and he was really amazed, and he was shaking my hand, and he just said, this is like one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. And I don't know what country he was from. I'm assuming it was a European country by his accent. And it felt really good, man. Someone that goes up and sees a show, I remember when I was a teenager, seeing shows and having that same feeling. So being a local band, having somebody say that, come up to you that really enjoys your music is really, it makes it worth it, I think.
And as you know, I'm sure, throughout your life, there are certain things you'll hear musically and they stay with you, they just stay with you throughout your life. And I hope, my hope is that we can maybe have that happen to somebody, It's really important, man. Music truly is the universal language. So
It is. Music is just so powerful.
Yes.
Whatever you need to say or whatever you need to do, you can put it in a song and be done with it.
Exactly. Yep.
I want to thank you guys for taking time out for doing this interview with me. I've been a big fan of you since I've heard your music, and proud supporter of you guys here on BODS Mayhem Hour.
Well, we really support that. And appreciate it. And you want to invite us to that festival, man? We'll be there. We're there.
That's awesome. Guys, how can people get a hold of you to buy your merch or just to say, hey, what's going on?
Reverb Nation. That's probably the best way, or Facebook if they just want to say hey.
Yeah, I get us at facebook.com/deadnowevil or reverbnation.com/deadnowevil. There should be a link on there where they can buy our EP online.
Yeah, and when you guys get your new EP or CD that you're going to be doing out, we should do a CD release show on here.
That's
Awesome, yeah.
That sounds great, man.
Hey, before I let you guys go, you care to do a promo for the show?
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. Hey, everybody, this is Dead Now Evil, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I tell you what, stick around, everybody. We got some Dead Now Evil coming up. You only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Thanks, everyone, and have an awesome weekend, and just rock out with me.
Thanks, man.